Hello, this is Kedar Dixit, founder director Shvaan Foods and a certified pet nutrition coach. Welcome to another episode of Pet Nutrition Simplified or PNS 101. Thank you so much to all of you for the overwhelming response for our earlier episodes. We got some great feedback asking us to keep this more informal and interactive and using a mix of Hindi and English, which we plan to start from this episode. Do keep your feedback coming. तो आज के वीडियो में हम लोग बात करेंगे एनर्जी के बारे में. So we will talk about energy requirements for pets and look into some key terms. तो हम सबको पता है, हम सबको एनर्जी लगता है. एनर्जी इज नीडेड by our bodies to perform metabolic work. Metabolic work मतलब डेली काम, जैसे चलना, घूमना, जैसे फिजिकल वर्क, या फिर ग्रोथ रिलेटेड जैसे टिश्यू ग्रोथ एक्सेट्रा, या फिर रेगुलेटिंग योर बॉडी टेम्परेचर. तो ये एनर्जी मिलता कैसे है? एनर्जी इज ऑलवेज द फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट मेट बाय एनी एनिमल्स डाइट और फूड. ऑल एनिमल्स नीड अ कांस्टेंट सोर्स ऑफ डाइटरी एनर्जी टू सर्वाइव. तो अगर हम प्लांट्स या पेड़ पौधों की बात करें तो प्लांट्स गेट देयर एनर्जी फ्रॉम सोलर रेडिएशन and convert it to energy containing nutrients. In case of animals, they consume plants or meats and use that either directly for energy or they convert these animal or plant nutrients into other energy containing molecules. So while the primary form of stored energy in plants is carbohydrates, in the case of animals, the primary or the main form of stored energy is fats. Now, energy is usually expressed in the form of kilocalories, calories or kilojoules. So before we get into the actual discussion of what are the energy requirements of dogs and cats, and what is the energy that a particular feed or a particular diet is categorized or how it is categorized, I would just like to take up an analogy. To try and simplify this, let's look at a simple analogy. So we all have two-wheelers or four-wheelers. We use them very often. Obviously, the energy that a car engine or a two-wheeler engine generates is through the fuel that we put in, either diesel or petrol. So under ideal conditions where there are zero losses, if we were to assume that the calorific value of petrol is say 100 units, then all those 100 units of energy must be utilized in moving the car from say point A to point B, correct? Now obviously the calorific value of petrol is way higher. So if you know, just leave a comment on wherever you are watching the video. Like in reality, does that happen? I mean, every engine has an efficiency and there are losses of energy. Losses inside the engine, losses in transmission or gear train. One other big yet much needed loss is in keeping the engine cool or regulating the engine temperature. अगर engine cool नहीं करेंगे तो वो overheating से seize होगा. Other losses include energy spent in charging your battery, running the electricals like pumps, motors, your air conditioning, etc. So let's apply the same analogy to the energy provided by a diet or pet food. Take a look at the table to understand how energy provided by a food or diet is categorized. Gross energy, maximum energy provided by the food. Digestible energy, energy available for absorption minus energy lost via feces. Metabolized energy, this is the actual energy that is available for metabolic work like tissue growth, muscle growth, running, walking, etc. Aajkal, a lot of pet foods are listing this value on their label, so this is an important value. Net energy, difference between metabolized energy and energy lost due to heat generated during consumption of food. But does this make sense now when we compare this to the analogy to a car engine? Now that we understand how energy is expressed and it is processed, let us discuss energy density of a food or a diet. तो ये energy density होता क्या है और ये हम क्यों समझना चाहिए? Energy density of a pet food refers to the number of calories provided by the food in a given weight or volume. मतलब अगर मैं 200 ग्राम पेट फूड लेता हूं तो उसमें से कितनी कैलोरीज मेरे कैट या डॉग को मिलेगी? Why is this important for me as a pet parent? A pet food or diet's energy density must be high enough so that your pet eats sufficient amount of food every day to meet its energy needs or energy requirements. If the energy density is too low, then depending on the size of your dog, his intake might be low or might be limited due to certain medical conditions, resulting in an energy deficit. Also, it becomes extremely important that pet foods are well balanced so that your pet's nutritional requirements are fulfilled. So, as a pet parent, it becomes important for me to understand the energy density of food in order to estimate the quantity of food needed to meet my pet's energy requirements. तो ये pet energy requirements होता क्या है? How do I calculate them for my pet? Let's look at the table displayed on your screen and try to define these categories. So BR या फिर basal energy requirement is the amount of energy required by a healthy animal under standard thermoneutral environment while awake but not exercising. This is measured 12 hours after eating. RER or resting energy requirements are energy requirements for a normal but fed animal at rest. Maintenance energy requirements or MER represents energy requirements of a moderately active adult animal, whereas DER or daily energy requirement is actually the average daily energy spent by an animal depending on its life stage and activity. तो MER और DER में फर्क क्या है? DER takes into consideration the life stage of the animal and activity. तो मान लो that you have a pregnant female or a nursing female और a puppy और a senior dog, तो उनका लाइफ स्टेज और एक्टिविटी के हिसाब से उनकी एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट में फर्क होगा. तो ये सब कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हैं? So there are formulas available to calculate energy needs for growth, weight loss, weight gain, etc. Now, as we progress in this video series, we will do this calculation for better understanding. For now, just remember that these formulas are good starting points and actual calorie intake will vary from animal to animal. Hope this episode helps you understand the importance of pet nutrition as a pet parent. Stay connected with us on our website, social media platforms, and WhatsApp and YouTube channels to receive updates about our upcoming videos. In our next video, we will discuss the key nutrients needed by our companion pets, and then we will discuss each of them in more detail in our subsequent videos that follow. As always, don't forget to share this video with your friends, family, and fellow pet parents to spread awareness and knowledge in the pet community. Thank you.